All right, welcome to the professors. We ain't crazy, we're licensed. I'm Dr. Mark Brana.
Casey Casillas Nichols.
Shamika Green. I almost forgot my name. It's been so long.
I know it
Pretty
feels
busy afternoon, huh?
This feels so. This feels low key awkward a little bit because I don't even know how to talk on here because it seems like
a
it's
little
been so
hiatus.
Long.
Yeah, it does. It feels like it's been forever.
And it's the evening, it's not the morning, so yeah.
Yeah, everything has gone off the rails.
That's my fault
Everything's different.
because of this hair. Because I had a hair appointment.
You should see her.
Yeah, no.
Pretty
Looks good.
girl.
So today we are going to be talking about dating.
Oof.
What a great reaction to start off.
I know.
Damn, you
Well,
like
it's
you
like-
just been out there.
I mean.
We're going to talk about dating.
Amongst us
bullshit.
three, I would be like the most recent, if anything.
Damn.
And
True.
Okay.
And seeing
Oh,
the
yeah,
responses
sure.
to like the listeners, I think we all could do a.
Where's the
Together.
excitement though? Like
No, I'm
nobody's
excited. I'm excited to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
can
how much fuckery there
This
is.
some bullshit.
Yeah.
I ain't even want to do it. Damn.
I told y'all I wanted to do something
Right.
Right.
Fuck.
I hate it here.
Okay. And talk about dating.
So when it comes to dating, a lot of clients I work with and everything
Okay.
struggle in the dating world, especially out in Vegas because it's hard. Being in the dating world is hard. There's a lot
Yeah.
of, I don't know the nice way to say
What,
it, but
pimps
like,
and hoes? Or
I mean, like, there literally is no nice way to say it. You have to just.
there's a lot
be
of
straight.
shitbags in the dating pool.
There's a lot of like straight up scumbags.
Yeah. And
Men and women
dang.
are fucking scumbags.
Dang.
I said what I said.
Shit.
so one of the things I often find that my
Let's see.
clients struggle with is
Okay.
what their definition of dating is. How would you guys define dating?
Oh, okay. I think that's the most confusing part though, because
Absolutely.
people don't know when you're dating. It looks like you're dating, but then somebody says something and in reality you're not. So I'm not the one to answer that because you
Head
talked
bitch in
you
charge.
talked to me one time. We go together. So
She's pulling up outside the school.
I was just gonna say
Ain't
the
just
same shit. Like
attachment.
maybe I'm not the one that asked because like I think this might have been one of my problems when I was single because
let's talk about it.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I think if you're dating, like I think there's a conversation that needs to be had now
Okay.
that I know
Okay.
now. Like some kind of understanding is there to say like, hey, like you
We're
and me
dating?
now. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
But can you date other people though if you're just dating? You're not.
Oh, was that the question?
Well, I was just asking how you guys would define it because a lot of the people that I've worked with that are struggling in the dating pool, that's one of the places that the water is murky. Are they in a relationship? Are they able to see other people?
Right.
There is no clear definition. And I think that's part of where the troubles really begin.
No. See now.
Go ahead.
But if you hit this, we together.
Boy.
So that's different.
I'm saying like just got lost my
Sorry,
whole
not
train of thought.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but if we're I mean basically if that happened,
Yeah,
but
I mean your mama.
here's the thing. But if I wanted you,
Not right
Oh yeah,
after,
because
though.
that's different. Yeah,
if I wanted you,
yeah.
So a lot of times when I'm working with my clients, and now mind you, when I was dating, and it's been a bit,
The 80s.
good.
like it's been almost a decade. So, but like I didn't understand half the shit either because I'm pretty shy, and so me
Okay.
approaching anyone to even ask them out is a miracle. I don't
All
know.
right.
Like, thank God my wife said yes when we started going out because I didn't
I
have
thought
any
you were
other
going to say when we're
options.
going steady. I was like, boy, You walked right into Shamika's joke. Walked
We-
right
you
into
did-
her
we
joke.
were
If you
holding
did.
hands.
No, but you know what? Like, wait, how did? Well, I came up in the era of when AOL started and like being able to. True story.
You've got mail.
True story. That's where I met my first husband. And a baseball chat room. Talking shit when I was listen. This is a true story. Talking shit as a teenager.
Oh my
Like I was I'm a Cleveland Indians fan, and it's the Cleveland Indians. It's not the Guardians. It's the Indians.
Right. Truth.
And I was always going in there like,
sorry.
go Tribe. Da, 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 da. And I don't know who the hell he thought he was trying to talk to me. Like, excuse me, we don't use that kind of language in this forum, in this
Get kicked
group
off the
chat.
chat.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, the fuck.
What a rebel.
Yeah, but it's like Mark, right? Like everybody's a gangster, a keyboard gangster, I
Yeah.
guess.
Right.
Back in the day, but it wasn't until 2019 did I ever actually date like
Right.
real life what I see in movies type dating.
I never really
Ever.
did. So
Yeah.
did we even answer the question of what is dating?
so clearly none of
Clearly
us
we don't
had
know
a definition of dating.
No, I mean it's like we're together or we're not. Like
Yeah.
if we're having a conversation, I don't mind like kind of addressing that right away. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, are we going to be dating to where it's going to be you and me, or we're going to
Okay.
be dating like
Yeah.
where it's other people? Like
Okay.
we see other people.
Would you
Right.
be okay if like you were dating and somebody was dating other people? Like
No, that's why then you're gone. But-
She just want to skip.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
Yeah.
So
but that's
you want to
not-
dive
Yeah,
right into the
absolutely.
relationship.
for sure. But this was older Casey. I
Yeah.
can't base it off of young
Right,
because I was
yeah.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
But
when,
no.
So when I'm working with my clients, one of the ways that
No.
I've started working with them to define dating is, dating is like a job interview.
Okay.
You go through a process. Okay. So the first, when you go to find a job, the first thing you got to do is apply.
Yeah.
That first time you guys go out, that's the first interview.
Okay.
And
You don't think a phone call or some text messages is first interview?
depends how in depth they are.
That's me making the call to make the appointment for the interview.
Oh.
But I
And
mean-
if you ain't answering,
But I mean,
You're
that's
not
the
gonna
thing.
pack. Oh.
If you schedule a time to go out, that's where you're going to be able to sit down and talk. Now, granted, some people are going to talk on the phone, and that could be the first interview. But before it goes anywhere, you've got to see if this is potentially a good fit.
I know, but I think I'm not going to a first date with somebody that I haven't spoken with for like an
Right.
extended
You already
period of
kind of
time.
know.
And that's
Yeah.
just me as
Okay.
a female. Like
Okay.
I'm just
We'll
not
call
going to
that
do
the
that.
application.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's
Yeah.
not a you're gonna have to sell me something in order for me to get out my house, get dressed,
I got Star Wars
Drive-
shit at my house.
get
Casey.
drive out to
You want to see?
listen. I've had people give me gifts on first dates that
Yeah.
were Star Wars shit, and
Oh.
then I walked away and never looked back again. Like I'm shameless. I do not play games.
Damn. Okay.
Sis, I'm not playing
You
games. with
don't have.
Casey got kicked out of recess because she
Listen.
don't play.
Okay. She's
Boy.
serious.
But
All right.
so in
I
that
love
you
it.
start with the application process, and then
Okay.
you go to the interview.
All right. So you weed
If
them
this-
hoes out.
So this may be one interview,
Nope.
2 interviews. You might go out a couple times,
Okay.
but just like a job, right? When you start working at a job, especially out here, you're on a 90-day probation period.
Oh.
And I encourage my clients to have some kind of probation period where if you don't like something, step away. You haven't committed to this person. You haven't made any big plans or anything. You take your time in this so that it's no harm, no foul. You do you, I'll do me. This isn't going to work, whether red flags come up or whatever, because that's what a job would do. If you're in
Right.
your probation period
Right.
and you're already showing up late, doing whatever, they're going to fire your ass.
Yeah. Sorry.
They will. They
Mark.
they don't care. And kind of using dating
we
in
do
that
care.
way,
Mark. They don't care.
they don't give a fuck. They'll train somebody. If you can't show up in your
No
probation
fucks
period,
are given.
why are they going to waste time? You know, because we've all worked with that one motherfucker that day 91, they go from being the model
Yeah.
employee to the worst fucking
To some
person on the job.
Fuck boy
Yeah.
on the morning shift.
It's not like the honeymoon stage though. Like it's exciting.
Yeah. But again,
Do you overlook red
Yeah,
flags?
it's a circus.
Is that for? That was a for. Yeah.
we'll just
you
look
do?
at the
Okay.
red flags later.
No, that's. I find that. I love that you said that. No. On some real shit. Because I'm the exact opposite. This guy is over here talking about 90 days.
Yeah.
I'm giving you 90 fucking seconds.
See?
But
And I'm
Right.
over here hiring you immediately. You seem trustworthy.
Shamika's like, he showed up, you got the job.
here's the keys.
We just need somebody to fill those.
When we move it in.
Boy. Oh Lord.
Here's the seat fillers.
Now we came
Wow.
back spicy.
Wow.
Fuck.
Ooh wee. Now I'm holding my gun.
Man,
I'm about
now-
to drop
now-
off
now I'm
the
so
hottest bars ever.
Shamika, the guys are going to be live.
Benefits package. You're gonna love it here.
We're going to keep you around.
Keep you.
We're
Whether
like
you want
family
to or
around
not.
here.
Love it here.
We're like family around here.
Absolutely.
So
okay.
ideally,
Ideally. For
if
healthy
they pass
people.
that probation period, then you can step into the
Okay.
relationship phase.
Okay.
Where it's like, okay, how are you exclusive? You know, you've had those conversations. And that's when you start making plans, when you're in that relationship phase.
Mm. Okay.
You know, and I'm not saying 90 days has to be the answer. I'm just saying if you go to a job, you got
That's what it would
you've got a
look like.
90-day window to
Okay.
show them that you're worth them investing more into you.
But okay, so then after that, are you asking somebody like, hey,
Well, you should have some
Are we-
conversations. Are you
okay,
going to be exclusive?
check
You
yes
know,
or no? Like, are
Yeah.
we?
Man, if I'm spending that much time, we are. Okay, continue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I'm hitting it, I already told you.
wow.
Insert Ike Turner face right now. Like,
Wow.
Anime, you
Blame
ain't
me,
eat
bitch.
this cake.
Right. Sure is. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Next question mark.
Yeah.
You're-
Don't play with me.
yeah.
So why
The
do you
healthy
think
way,
people
Mark. Tell people the healthy way.
Yeah. Don't listen to us. This is the
a disclaimer listening to Shamika,
or Casey.
Your case.
you'll have some fun, but you'll have some regrets.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe you might not. You might like it.
Why do you guys think people struggle in the dating world so much?
Oh,
Because
then
people
I'm gonna
are,
say my piece.
people are phony.
Oh yeah.
We live in a phony ass world where people think that clout, having shit means shit, and it doesn't.
Oh,
Like it does not. And I don't know how many times I came across somebody that was like just phony, and it's like, wow, you lied about. And not even like looks, like that is not even what I'm talking about. Like there's just been some shit
How
that
can you lie about looks? I mean, unless you're dating Stevie Wonder or something.
I mean, people get catfished all the time.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
true.
had someone tell me a story recently.
That's
But
true.
it like this one dude I knew, I took. We went shopping because I needed an overnight bag to go to California or whatever, and he pulls out this card and he was like, "Oh, I'm about to get us a discount." And I'm like, "The fuck."
What kind of car was that?
And then he tells the person that he's military discount. This motherfucker was not in the military, and I was like,
Ooh.
"What?" And that I was stunned, and it wasn't like we were together or anything like that. I was shocked because then I just thought that was so disrespectful.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That is, and then when I confronted him, he was like, "Well, what? All my family was," but and I just like, bro, that. Yeah,
ain't
that's
got
for
the
them
lie to
though.
kick it.
Yeah.
Yo, like
Yeah.
that's grimy. So I don't like.
So there's a lot of fakeness.
It's just people are phony.
So what do you guys think of this? Because this is something that I've heard, like where, and I've heard men doing this with women. I don't think I've heard this the opposite way.
Let's
like they'll
hear
be talking about like money, like how much money they have or how much money they're making or how much.
goodness.
What do you guys think when a guy does that?
Well, that's definitely a turnoff. I think that, but I think for guys though, probably that's the thing that may make you feel like that makes you desirable of how much money you have, or. But I
Okay.
don't like people that brag. Like if you got it, it shows. But I think if you really don't have it and having to talk about it, you don't have it
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've heard that, and again, I don't think I've heard it go the opposite way.
No.
And everything, but it's something that. And
What do you mean goes the opposite way?
Like
a
women would brag
woman.
about how much money they have to a guy that they're dating. Like I'm just saying I've never heard it go that way.
I think some guys intimidated.
Well, that was me 2019. Thank you. I
that-
couldn't
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I could see that, because, yeah. But no, I was wondering because it's like, does that ever actually work? Because
No, not for me.
and maybe I've just never had money where I could be like, yo, check this number out.
Right. Take a picture with your money
I got
phone.
$50 in here.
I think it's like that's the kind of person that you're like whatever you're putting out, that's what you're going to get back. So
Right.
if you're
Right.
so we can't sit here and say
facts.
like, yeah, like it's not going to apply to me because I don't put that energy out there, right?
Okay.
So it's not even something that's on my radar to even. You're not going to even pass any of this because it's not
So if you were in the dating world and somebody did that, that would just be a turnoff for you.
for me.
Yeah.
but not saying for everybody else because
Right,
there are
right,
some
right.
cats out there that's their jam, and I'm not hating on any of that neither. Because you go ahead and do you. Everybody has their preference on whatever, but I'm going quality.
Yeah. No. Well, let me say this. Let's go back a little bit because I think that, of course, now dating probably is different from, back in the day when we were out and about.
Right.
Like you would meet people in person. You exchange numbers.
You had to pass a note through school.
Yeah, you got a little black book, like with all your numbers. Well, I did. I definitely
African-American
did.
book.
Here you go. But you know what I mean? Like, I felt like you would get a little sense of who the person was and you
Right.
talk on the phone a little bit more. And now it's quick. It's apps. It's, sliding in a DM.
Yeah.
It's whatever. So,
So how do you think apps impact all of this? Because the apps are huge.
I heard about that. That seemed like, and I have a lot of friends that are on apps, so I don't want to, but I don't know. That just seemed like that would be weird to me.
To what? Meet
I
somebody
would
on a-
hope, I guess because I'm old school, I would like to meet somebody more in person than see versus like being on an app. Like, how does that work?
Well,
You just swiping through and see? Were you on an app?
yeah, that's how I
You
met
was on Plenty of Fish?
Okay, first of all, don't you come for me like that. Don't you dare come for me like that. I cannot. You said that shit with a straight ass face too. Don't you look at me no more today. The audacity. No.
Sorry.
Sis. My bitch was never on Plenty of Fish. No.
But if she was,
No, I think
If I did, this is how
No.
I would.
so.
Okay.
The first time that I used Match.com, and I'm going to tell you another true story this is
True
why.
story.
Were you on Match.com?
Yeah.
You were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
let's hear it. What was your name? Do you remember?
Casey.
Oh, I thought you had like a,
No.
Sapphire Diamond.
like
So,
some spicy.
I was not with my husband at the time, and I do this profile, do all this stuff, and then I'm like, all right, let's generate like who your top match was.
Okay.
The top match was my ex-husband at the time. I said,
Been there.
that's when I was like, yo, this shit just like if there's not another sign that I need to chill or like
Delete
hey,
this shit.
let's just give it another try, which is what we did. And it was like, well, no, match, you was
No.
wrong. You was wrong for that match.
Money back.
But I
Get your refund.
used Bumble, which is the one that the females have to talk first, and like the males are not. I mean, however it is, like men, since I'm hetero, men are not allowed to message me directly. I message them if we match.
What?
Yeah. So
Oh.
you're talking about like getting out your comfort
Oh,
zone, and
what?
it makes sense because talking to some of these guys that have been on there for a while, like you can tell that the other half does not know how to approach somebody. So it's a whole,
So how do you slide up? How do you?
I don't know. The thing is with Bumble, I met like a lot of friends,
Okay.
like a lot of just cool people. I mean, I went speed dating one time
Yeah.
Oh shit.
at the Star Wars Celebration.
real?
Yeah. And then I met another like great, like there was just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me because of the type of person that I am.
Okay.
And just, I don't know, I'm a good friend. And I don't like friend zone people where we go out. Like, if you're my friend, you're going to know you're my friend. And I'm
Right.
not going to.
You're not gonna play.
Yeah, I'm not
and,
going to play
like,
that stuff. But
Right.
I met Ryan on Match. And the only reason why
Really?
the only reason why I even talked to him was because my friend told me that I should give him a shot since he was a little younger than me. And I said, absolutely
Oh.
not.
Casey's a cougar.
Yeah, and it makes me feel super uncomfortable. Like, it really does. But
Spoonie's a good dude, though.
Yeah.
he is, and that was the thing. Like, it
All right,
I
Stella.
don't know, you get to yeah. That's my oh my God. I hate it here. Again, I hate it here. But it was a cool
right.
yeah, that's why. I knew this was gonna happen because I was the only one that's like most recently single. So but
Well, I'm
it's
about to be on Black Planet, so
okay, Black Planet. Like,
Black
is it-
Planet.
do they still exist?
What the hell is Black Planet?
It's late night.
It's late.
It's late night on National Geographic. The women of the D.
Outside.
But
Wow.
no, but it was cool. Like but that's the thing. Like, each app has its own stuff. Like, if you go on one where you pay, you're gonna get quality, like what
Okay.
you're looking for. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So
Yeah.
if you're paying
Versus
for
if
one,
it's free.
yeah, the people that are free is gonna be a complete shit show. Fuck boys, fuck girls.
Yeah.
The whole circus thing. That's all that.
Okay.
Match is a little bit better, but for whatever reason, and I'm sorry, Spoonie, but there was a ton of fucking younger cats trying to holler at me, and it made me
Really?
feel really
Like, what's up,
like
Mom?
hot for teacher type shit. And no,
Alpha teacher.
no, I got my little gingy and I'm good. So
Love it.
yeah, but it's
I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, it's
Okay.
it's what it is. But don't go on. I mean, what you look for is where you look for it. That's what you're
Okay.
gonna get. Just think of it that way.
got it.
So
Got it.
what you're looking for and everything, that what you're putting out there is what you're going to bring in when you're using the apps.
I mean, you're gonna try to.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's the point. Everybody's trying to, but you have to go through the bullshit of seeing who's real and who's not.
Yeah. Do you think the apps actually help in screening out some of the people that are not real?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I
Okay.
think sometimes people stick with ones that are not healthy because that's just what they're used to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they're attracting what they're used to or what they think they deserve, and that's not. You know what I mean?
Do you think
I'll-
people should like go out their comfort zone though? You know how you have like an idea
Yeah.
of what you think?
I
is
mean, I
best?
did, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go." You know, I'm doing this,
Okay.
but then I was like, "Why not just put it out there and just who cares?"
Okay.
You know what I mean? As long as you're, not ABCD, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what I got to lose. But I went on a lot of just first dates because
Okay.
I'm not giving people chances after, again, 90 seconds of us tomahawking folks.
Okay.
I need my face like blacked out or something, and like I need my voice changed on here because people will be like, "Damn." That
So-
bitch.
So where does sex fit into this?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Because a lot of times people either they abide by rules that seem arbitrary, like where you shouldn't sleep with someone on whatever date
Oh,
till
yeah.
whatever date,
Okay.
or some people will fall into traps where they date and they sleep with them right away, and who's to say what is right or wrong? So where do you guys think sex fits into this?
Why are you looking at me?
Would you like to answer
Because
first?
you're the one that's
I'll-
like, I'll bang you tomorrow.
I didn't say that, sis. I'm just looking at you. I can answer first if you'd like.
I'm trying to be decent here.
Oh, now
Go
we're
ahead.
doing that?
No, you go ahead. And then
So Ryan did not want to do that.
Do what?
Like have sex like their first
Sorry,
dates and stuff.
Yeah.
what? Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I did. I did, but then I respected it like what it was.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
that's a true
that's-
thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's very unheard of, and I think I was when I tell people like the story of how we met and like our first date, a lot of the males I speak to are like, I cannot believe you said that to him. Like, I can't believe like you're a real one for that. The only thing I told him, and I said, like, I'm not interested in your money. I'm not interested in what you can buy me, where you can take me, any of that. I just said, I just want your time.
Yeah.
And Ryan will come in here and tell you to this day, like, that was the ceiling deal of like, this chick is somebody to like, I want to spend I want to spend everything with. So like, that's what I mean when you put it out there. And like, I didn't think saying it at the time was going to be like that significant. I was just being honest because at that point, nobody was giving me the time of day because everybody was either intimidated by me by what I did,
right,
or not trying to fuck with me. So it's just, I was just trimming the fat as fast as I can because it was just, I was over it.
It's faster.
Yeah, I was just over it, and that's what I said. And
I mean, that makes sense.
What?
You know, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I was going to say that's twofold because then if you have sex too quick, it could cloud your judgment. You can think that this is something more than what it is. But then also, I feel like you wait too long, you know, you might want to test drive it, you know, before you buy it. So I mean, you need to see.
You should test drive the car before you
need to see.
Before you pay for it.
I mean, every dealership tells you need to.
Yeah.
They force you.
It might be tiny. You don't want it. So you
and
need to see.
I think that's an important point is like you have to figure out what works for you. You know?
Well, not small cars, apparently.
No. I like an SUV. A Hummer.
Everybody wants a Hummer.
No compact. Go ahead.
But no, I think that's important because when it comes to sex, you know, it really has to fit into what kind of you're killing me. like it's don't apologize. It's funny. But like you've just got to be comfortable where you're at with things and with the person you're with, and as long as both people are consenting, these arbitrary rules about things don't matter. You know, because you know I grew up Catholic. And so we were always told in high school, you have to wait till you're married. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to.
Well, that too. You know?
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, all that shit of like, you guys ever seen that movie Swingers with Vince Vaughn? Yeah.
God, a long time ago.
So when they're talking about like, oh, you have to wait like 3 days to call somebody and stuff like that.
Right.
I've always wondered if like... our parents did shit like that. You know what I mean? Or
like maybe not my parents. My parents are weird, but
okay, yeah. But I mean, you know,
like how were they in dating?
Yeah, like how like theirs probably was like way less. I don't know. Theirs was probably more interactive.
I'm sure
than ours was. Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's in. I just sorry. I went off topic. But
I think though. I think like every generation has these arbitrary rules that they throw out there, and like guys will often give their buddies advice on stuff, you know, goodness. when their buddies like, well, what do I do? And they're like, don't call them for 3 days. And it's like, well, that's probably a bad idea.
The best movie for that.
Two Can Play That Game.
Well, my sis. Yes. Morris Chestnut and
Vivica Fox.
Yep. That's like the best movie when it comes to what you just said. So if anybody, go watch it. Run and go watch it because it is a classic. And it's just terrible. It's terrible advice. Like when you're dating, it's okay to listen to your friends, but don't change what you like.
Be yourself.
Well, yeah, but
But I mean, guys will typically give their friends really bad advice. And only because it's the shit that they've done.
Right.
I mean, you're the company that you keep, right? So, like, if you have some friends that don't fuck shit, they're going to give you fuck shit advice. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes of, like, guy friends giving I'm like, that is terrible fucking advice.
Like, that's not it.
Yeah, like, okay, but you about to get left behind, cussed out, drink thrown in your face. But, let me know how that goes because I love a good story. Like...
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. But I mean, throwing out these arbitrary rules is kind of important because I think that's one of the things that really causes people to struggle like when they're dating in general, because they think they have to follow all these rules to either they don't want to look too desperate, but they also want to look interested enough, and then they start
Right.
overthinking the situations.
You could easily do that.
You know,
Easily.
There's been a lot of clients too that like fall into that category, and like they're in positions where they're trying to, at least my clients, trying
Right.
to get their life together, and it's frustrating because I tell them like, you guys are already working on one thing, and just dating in itself is a whole different beast to have to deal with, because you're again dealing with people that are sometimes superficial,
Right.
phony, grandiose. They, you know what I mean? Like their perception of reality is completely skewed. And I don't know, people are flat out mean.
yeah, 100%.
Flat out mean. And I think that's, I don't know. It goes with like self-esteem and all that stuff. That's why it could be pretty bad. Like if you've been dating for a while and
Right.
just nothing's happening, like you can definitely get depressed, because then you
Oh,
start
yeah.
thinking like it's you, but it's not you. You know what I
Right.
mean? You just haven't found the person for you yet, but there is nothing the matter with the person.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I think I want to add a little,
Go ahead.
Razzle dazzle.
a little disclaimer there too, though, because especially being a marriage and family therapist and then talking to couples, I do think that it is very essential too, though, to do some self-work before you start.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Because I think dating does require a certain level of vulnerability. And
Oh,
so if you have like childhood issues or trauma or attachment stuff, like those are things that you may want to work on, because it's going to be a high trigger place,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
especially when dating.
Yeah.
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 No, and
Absolutely.
that I 100% agree with. I always encourage my clients, before you dive into the dating pool, taking the time to really work through your shit so you can go in there with the clearest head possible. Because going in, getting out of one and then just trying to dive into a new relationship without having to work through even the baggage from the other one it's detrimental, and
Man, it's like we're talking about like we're going into war, and it really is the way you're
it
describing
can
it right now.
be.
It's like straight up Hunger Games. It literally is. Like
It can
you
be.
go, you get your mind right, you get your body
Right,
right,
you're
and
like-
it's like, all
you're
right,
like,
okay,
Odds be ever in your
yeah,
favor.
and it's like, all right, we're gonna go do this for like 90 seconds, so blah, and then, all right, I barely got out of there unscathed,
Right.
Yeah.
and now I gotta regroup and
Exactly.
stuff. But it literally is.
But
like,
it is like,
it's a jungle.
and that's a lesson I know. Me personally, I learned that the hard way, because before I got together with my wife and everything, the person I was in a long-term relationship with before, she really like messed with my head, and it was some time before after leaving that relationship, before my wife and I got together, and that gave me a lot of time to really sort everything out. And that was in the meantime, even before I became a therapist,
Okay.
but like, I know if I would have like tried to dive into something else, like it would have been a disaster, because she had really messed with my head. And I had to kind of go through and kind of deal with my own stuff, and sort that out before I was ready to even be, in a
Yes.
relationship. And I encourage my clients to take that time for themselves, so that, when they meet somebody that they feel there's potential for, that they're ready to be in that space.
Right. But also too, like when people be like, "Oh, it's no." Well, for women that I know, sometimes I do hate when they be like, "Ain't no good men out here," this and that. I'm like, but dang. But I do think like, okay, some people have requirements, but then it's also like, well, what do you bring to the table too?
Right.
I think sometimes it's easy to have like your list, but
Right.
what are you offering? Like, so what are you attracting? So that's why I guess I'm still big on like doing the self work too.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, what's going on? Especially if you meeting the same character.
Yeah. So here's one thing that always kind of gets me. Like, clients that I have sometimes will come in and they'll ask, how do I know this person's the one? And what do you guys say to that?
Okay,
Butterflies.
sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't get clients like that. Straight up, I don't get.
No, I do.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't get clients like that.
But if somebody came to you and said, Casey, I just don't know if they're the one, what do you tell them?
I'll say this because we're thinking about clients.
Well, just anybody
Yeah.
in
Or
general.
just I don't know because I'm just thinking about clients. Typically, when they feel like it's the one, it's not the one, and I think it's when it hits them unexpectedly, and it becomes a person that feels like a safe space.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
That is the one.
Yep.
It's easy to have butterflies and whatever.
But is there only one person that's right for us, or is it a matter of?
Is this poly? Are we?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like they're the one for right now, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying that in a way
Right.
to make it sound derogatory. There's some people that come into your life for a reason, for a
Right.
set amount of time, and
Absolutely.
that's the time that they were meant to be
Yeah.
in there for. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
whether that be
Just add me, sis.
there you go. Whether that be like
say
a first date or a first marriage or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, having a child with somebody and you're not married, like whatever
Right.
it is, there's a reason for that. Whether it be you're learning a lesson or you know what I mean, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you connect with people and it's just like random and you're not going to get anything out
Oh
of that.
no.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I look at it like a little bit differently, and I just look at it, and I'll tell my clients this, this idea of there's just this one person. There's like 7 billion people on this
True.
planet.
Yeah.
The odds of this one person being in the geographical location you are located in is 7 billion to 1.
Jeez.
Doesn't make sense. What I look at it is you meet somebody that you connect with and you find somebody that you're willing to keep doing the work with in the relationship. And when neither one of you is really wanting to do that work anymore to keep the relationship going, then it's time to go, And so I agree with Casey's, they're the one for right now, because if you're still willing to put the work in, because relationships are hard, if you're still willing to put the work in, then this relationship can continue. And it really doesn't, it matters because you have to want to put the work in, but it doesn't matter who it is. It isn't this magic one, right?
Okay.
And you have to find somebody that you can work with, somebody that brings something to the table that you don't have, and you bring something to the table that they don't have, that you complement each other, that you guys can work together. And you have to have that in order for the relationship to work, because if you're going to be in a relationship with this person forever,
Right.
because ideally if you get married or whatever, that's the whole
Ideally.
Yeah. And life changes, people change.
Right.
You may grow and your partner may not, and then what do you do then? Because you're in different places and the work may not be able to be done. But up to that point, it's somebody, I look at it as the person you're with. If you're willing to continue doing the work, that's what really makes a relationship go. And I tell them the one doesn't really exist, because it would be astronomically impossible to find your one among 7 billion other people.
So you out here crushing dreams.
I was going to say
Every fucking day.
I was going to say
Damn.
I personally don't believe that. Like, I think there is the one, but I think mine goes a little bit deeper than just that. Like, mine's more spiritual the way I'm looking at it, and based off some of the shit in my culture. Like, there is
the one.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Let me
hey, tomato. More.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because I was having this conversation with someone and they were like, oh, for a therapist, this should be very easy, if you were dating. But plot twist, therapists are human beings. So I don't know why people have this perception that, like, we do have, of course, different tools,
Right.
different awareness, but that we are just,
That doesn't mean anything, though.
we're like, to me, thinking about it, it almost seemed like it may be worse, because then you're trying to turn off your
Therapist side.
therapist hat and
Yeah.
not be like, is this childhood trauma? Or is
Yeah.
this, or is this person okay? Is it cool? Like, it seemed like it would be a lot of overthinking.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
okay.
It's 100%
When
that shit.
they said, I was like, what? Like,
Well, and I think back to the episode that we did, where we were
What?
talking about, life as a therapist, and that plays right into that.
Yes.
Because half the time you don't even want to tell somebody you're a therapist.
Hell,
I can't imagine dating and being like, oh, I'm a therapist, and the
That would be
person
hell.
is either going to be like, oh shit, they're analyzing me,
yes.
or they're going to be like, so when I was a kid,
right.
and that date's going to take a whole different turn at
Damn,
that point.
could you imagine the pressure though of the person you are meeting? Maybe if
Right.
you had to be on the other end, if you didn't feel comfortable within yourself,
Right?
you may want to present yourself as someone else, or you might pull back a little bit, or
Yeah.
be super cautious about what you say. Because then you may think like, damn, are they gonna think I'm crazy, or a
Right.
certain kind of way? I don't
Yeah.
know. That seemed like that would be tough for the other person.
I could see it being tough. Just because of the nature of what we do is bound to elicit some awkward conversations. Oh, can you tell me about? Well, no, I can't tell you about that.
Or the people that say, I don't believe in therapy.
Oh,
okay, cool.
Go talk to your fucking life coach.
Yeah. Check, please.
Check, please. Oh,
See ya, Sheila.
Yeah,
Casey
I'll go
gets
ahead-
spicy.
I'll go ahead and
Okay.
pay that bill for you with my therapy money, bitch.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, don't.
okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that shit so many times,
I
like
know.
For
recently.
real?
Yeah,
Really?
and not just
Yeah.
and not just like in the dating world, but
Right.
like people that are married to each other. Like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
all I gotta say about that. Fuck you.
That's all I got to say.
Come on,
about
Dre.
that.
That seemed like that would be tough. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, because the other thing too, even when you're just talking to people in general, they think automatically you're already
Yeah,
Perfect.
therapizing them
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
They're therapizing me.
yeah, you could just be having a conversation, but people think that you really having a full session, and sometimes it's not even that.
I know. It's just sometimes people are just deep. Why can't I just talk and
Right.
just be
Why can't it just-
me? Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like, if I remember calling somebody out on their like fucking super racist tendencies, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, I know that you're just trying to have a session with me right now. Nah,
Why do
bitch,
people think
you're an
that?
asshole. You're a straight up asshole. Like, let me just tell you straight up,
Man.
you're an asshole, man. I'll tell you, I got a text
Here we go.
message. Oh,
Right. When
boy.
she leaned to the side.
Yeah, let me go ahead and grab this mic. I got a text message
Buck your seatbelts, people.
a while back. I don't know which ex it is, and I don't know who it is, but motherfucker,
Look
my
in the
husband.
camera.
I got a text message that said like something about like
Oh.
we should have been together. I sent it to you. I showed it
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
And
okay.
like
Damn, now I
you're
feel
supposed
left
to
out.
save people's lives. And
Sure
yeah,
did.
I'm out here like whatever it was, right?
Yep.
And I just sat there and thought like you really like whoever this is. One, it's coming from a Google number,
Whoever
so
this is, yeah.
man, again, if you're everybody's a
If you're
gangster till it's time to
listening,
do some
go to
gangster.
Right,
betterhelp.com
right.
/professor
Yeah, for
podcast.
sure.
right.
For
Please
sure.
add that. Yeah.
And then like I just started tagging them and I just sent it to Ryan now because it's like before I used to try. I don't know if it was just the therapist side of me of like, well, I don't want people to think that I'm and then I don't care.
Yeah.
Like whoever it is, I
Right,
don't care.
right.
Like you're a child. You're gonna text me from a Google number, say some sad ass
Fuck
shit. I
shit.
hope you're telling your therapist that because this one don't give a fuck. Like,
Some fuck shit.
yeah,
Betterhelp.com /
Please.
the Professor's Podcast.
the professor's podcast. Get some help.
Get some help.
I know this shit's in California. Don't anybody front.
Get some help.
But that's the thing. It's like then you get and that happens in the dating world too. At least I'm going to speak for myself as a female and as a female color. Like some people don't take no for an answer,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
and shit goes
That's the issue.
sideways. And so when you were talking about like the 90-day thing and like the
Right.
interview stuff, I think that's why I'm just so quick to say no. If I see something,
Yeah.
like and it's probably my trauma response, I'm just like automatically no.
Yep.
Right.
It's
Quick
just,
cutoff.
Yeah, it is like we're not taking this further. I have so many blocked numbers on my phone because I am not like you're not going to try to scare me. Like somebody
Right.
said they followed me to the gym one time. Like
Jesus Christ.
Oh, hell no.
and
What?
and it's
Oh, yeah. That's
So it's like-
automatic.
that's what I'm saying. So
No.
it's And I'm sure it's like that for some males too. Like it's not safe because it's, again, phony people that are saying they're one thing.
Don't look at me.
What?
What I do? I don't know. She's like, don't look at me.
But either way, it's scary.
No,
I mean,
and
not safe.
That's not okay.
No.
No, and I know it does go, guys run into some of those things too where, somebody may be a little more unstable or unhinged or, willing to follow them home.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So what advice would you give people in the dating world? Like, what do they need to know to be successful in dating?
Be yourself and stick to your boundaries. Period. The end.
Okay.
If you don't like anybody, you don't owe anybody shit. So don't call them back. Ghost them. Block their number. I don't care. Because it's not, and that may sound ruthless AF, but it is what it is. It's what it is. I stand by that.
I say heal your shit so you don't bleed on innocent bystanders.
Okay.
Like, that's my thing.
I like that.
Mhm.
And both of you kind of summed up where I would say you got to be yourself, but you also got to stick to the boundaries that you put in place. And one thing I would say too is if people are asking you to do things that you're uncomfortable with, and not just sexual either, like, because I know a lot of people get caught up in situations where the dude will ask for money or the chick will ask for money or
or like
whatever.
dick pics
And
or like-
I mean,
no, not
well, slow the fuck down with that. What the hell have you been doing, Shamika?
No.
I was just saying, like, they're asking for money. Like, they're asking for money. They're asking for things, and it's like,
I'm hearing money from this side, but I'm hearing dicks from this
pics,
side.
right.
I'm like,
Sorry.
what?
both sides is not getting anything from me at this point.
Right. But like, when people are asking you to go beyond something you are comfortable with doing, it's okay to say to not give them what they're asking for and to cut it off, because if they're going to push boundaries early on, they're going to keep pushing boundaries
Yep.
the longer you're with them.
Habitual line stepper.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so walk away. If you're dating somebody, if you're just getting to know somebody and they're like, hey, I need you to put gas in my car. I need you to do this. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know them well enough. You
Yeah.
know, step away. You know, you don't need to help everybody. And if you're dating somebody, you really shouldn't be trying to save them.
Especially if you're a
No.
therapist dating, please don't think that you can save these hoes out there.
Oh,
God.
Let them drown.
jeez.
Let them drown.
Right.
'Cause-
Offering
Yeah.
pro bono services.
No,
No.
we ain't on that.
We're not.
We are not.
We ain't
on
doing that no more.
No pro bono, no
pro
bone
bono
pictures.
for those.
Fuck them hoes.
That was a good ending of fuck them hoes.
Fuck them hoes.
Yeah.
Anything else with any other questions?
Oh,
for-
wait, really quick though. Do you want to just add like that little disclaimer of codependency? Did we
Oh, we
kind
didn't even
of?
get into codependency.
Because I know somebody asked about that, but
We should do a
What-
whole new episode on codependency.
All right, y'all. So
Codependency will be coming in a different episode.
closing thoughts on this is just
Shamika
yourself.
wants dick pics.
send it to my AOL.
But that's the other thing. She was like,
You've got
Zelle
me.
me, Venmo me.
Slide in my DM.
People be doing that
Go
too,
down
man.
in the
Like,
DM. Because how am I know?
how am I gonna know you for real?
How will I know?
Have a ruler out.
All right, we're gonna end this right now. All right, don't anybody, don't fuck with my money, don't fuck with my ID.
Be out.
Peace.